Commentary on the Treatise on the Sutra of the Buddha of Immeasurable Life, with the verses of aspiration for birth in the Pure Land, composed by Bodhisattva Vasubandhu, annotated by Master Tanluan. Part 1. Reverently contemplating the commentary on the 10 Bodhisattva stages of Bodhisattva Nagarjuna, I find that there are 2 paths by which Bodhisattvas seek the stage of non-retrogression: the path of difficult practice and the path of easy practice. With the path of difficult practice, the difficulty is seeking non-retrogression in this world of 5 defilements at a time when there is no Buddha. This difficulty appears in many ways. I will indicate what is meant by roughly listing several of them. 1. People confuse the Dharma of the Bodhisattva with the apparent good practiced in non-Buddhist ways. 2. The Sravaka's concentration on self-benefit interferes with the Bodhisattva's practice of great compassion. 3. Evildoers lacking self-reflection subvert the excellent merit of others. 4. The good results caused by misguided thinking nullify the Bodhisattva's pure practice for enlightenment. And 5. The path of difficult practice is based solely on self-power and lacks the support of other power. Such problems as these, which may be seen everywhere, are examples of this difficulty. Thus, the path of difficult practice may be compared in its hardship to journeying over land on foot. In the path of easy practice, one aspires to be born in the Pure Land by solely entrusting oneself to the Buddha as the cause. Allowing oneself to be carried by the power of the Buddha's vow, one duly attains birth in the land of purity. Supported by the Buddha's power, one immediately enters the group of the truly settled of the Mahayana. The stage of the truly settled is none other than the stage of non-retrogression. Thus, the path of easy practice may be compared in its comfort to being carried over waterways in a ship. This treatise on the Sutra of Immeasurable Life indeed holds the ultimate of the Mahayana. It is the sail with which to catch the favorable wind toward non-retrogression. Immeasurable Life is a specific name of Amida Buddha, the Tathagata of the Pure Land of Peace and Happiness. Sakyamuni Buddha, while residing at Rajagraha and Shravasti, taught the assembly about the virtues that adorn the Buddha of Immeasurable Life. Thus, the Buddha's name forms the essence of those sutras. Later, the sage Bodhisattva Vasubandhu, reverently heeding Sakyamuni Tathagata's teaching of great compassion, composed the Gatha of aspiration for birth in the Pure Land, based on those sutras. He also composed a section in prose to further expound the Gatha. Concerning the Sanskrit word upadesa, in this country there is no word equivalent to it, but it may be understood as treatise. The reason why there is no equivalent word is that the Buddha has never appeared in this country before. As to the writings in this country, we use Jing for those by Confucius, and Zi for those by others. Distinction is also made between official national history and private state history. Among the 12 divisions of scriptures expounded by Sakyamuni Buddha, we find one called Scripture of Discussion, that is, Upadesa. If any disciple of the Buddha develops an understanding of a sutra based on the intention of the Buddha, the writing can also be called Upadesa, for the exposition corresponds to the Buddha Dharma. In this country, if a writing is called Lun, it simply means Lun Yi, literally discussion. How can it be rightly translated? For example, a woman is called mother in relation to her children, and younger sister in her relation to her older brother. In this way, different words are used according to the context. If only woman is used in regard to a mother or a sister, although both indicate female, how can one know its position in regard to the upper and lower relationship? So it is with the term lun, and therefore a phonetic transcription, upotishe, is used for the Sanskrit Upadesa. This treatise as a whole is divided into two, a summary section and an exposition section. The summary section is to the end of the 5-character verses, and the exposition section is from "Now I will discuss" to the end of the prose section. Concerning the two divisions, we find two interpretations. The verses are for reciting and summarize the sutras, and the prose portion is for understanding the teaching through explaining the verses.